We're talking about how to Marie Kondo your mind. There's no surprise why this cleaning and clearing your house out has taken the world by storm, because we need more space. So what does that mean for our minds? And I realized in my work with people, my work with helping people work with overwhelm, working through, sorry, we got a little overlap here, working through overwhelm and anxiety and insecurity, a lot of that comes from a cluttered mind and cluttered thinking. So what do we do in order to change that, right? Like, what is the solution? I think we clean it up. I think we Marie Kondo our mind. So wanted to give you some practical ways on why we should do it, but then also really how. So first and foremost, I got to share a quote from her show itself. And if you've read her book, it's amazing, The Art of Tidying Up, but then also Tidying Up on Netflix, incredible show. But here's what she says. The objective of cleaning is not just to clean, but to feel happiness living in that environment. The objective of cleaning isn't to just clean, but to experience happiness living in that environment. I don't know about you. I want happiness living in this environment. This environment, what is going on between your two ears and up in this space, dictates your experience of life. It also dictates and limits, or either limits or opens up your all of your potential. It activates your ability for change. So I don't know about you, but I am sold on the idea that I want to feel happiness living within my environment. And I did not think I would ever be able to feel happiness living within my mental environment, because I was a queen of self-sabotage. I was the queen of addiction and eating disorders and low, like when I say low, I mean low self-esteem. And so one of the shifts that helped me was changing the clutter up here. So how do you declutter your mind? You declutter your mind with 4 steps that are similar to the way that you would declutter your house. We're going to reduce, we're going to analyze, we're going to organize, or you could also say systemize, and then we're going to enjoy the space, giving yourself more space and freedom to enjoy the space that you've created. So, but first we got to create that space. And I'll tell you, when I work with my coaching clients and my members of the College of Confidence, it's real breakthrough, real change, real sustainable, like transformation changes and happens when we've got the space to do it. We don't have the space because we feel like we should be doing more, so we often take on more than we should be doing, or we don't know how to ask for help. And so it's this constant of going and perpetuating clutter, space stuff, not enough. And then we feel chaotic, overwhelmed, and exhausted. Like, can I get an amen? Can I get like, yes, this resonates? Okay. So what do we do? Well, what would Marie Kondo do? She'd come into your house and say, let's reduce what's in here. So reduce, what are the thoughts? Ask yourself, what thought is serving me? Or what behavior is serving me and which one's not? What do I need to change or modify? And if something's not serving you, then it's time to say goodbye. It's time to say, okay, this has got to go. Maybe this is how I've always done it, but that doesn't mean I need to continue to do that in the future. So what is serving you and what is not? That's how we reduce. We also reduce by watching what we bring in. That means by not overcommitting. It also means by watching, what are you reading? What Netflix shows are you watching that make you feel bad about yourself or cause you to go into a spiral shame? So reducing what you're bringing in, and then also reducing what do you actually have that is holding you back or holding you up, right? So like reducing and taking a look around, and maybe you need to actually declutter your space so that you feel the mental space to be able to reduce. Or maybe you just really need to ask yourself those tough questions. Does this behavior, does this thought serve me? Does this relationship serve me? Does this way I've thought about this person? Does this anger that I'm holding on to, or the unforgiveness, or the stress, like the identification with maybe perfectionism, does this serve me? Okay, so that's reduced. Now we analyze. Once you've done your full mental cleanse, you're going to analyze and say, okay, how do I continue keeping this clean? How do I stay, like, do I keep asking myself? So every time something comes in, you say, okay, do I keep this? Does this serve me? Does this give me mental space? And analyze your activities. For me, as somebody that's like on the go and I love to commit, it's analyzing, like, do I really need to do a 90-minute workout today or 60? Right? Which one serves me better mentally up here so I can be the mom, the coach, the wife, the person I want to be in this world, versus worrying about the right workout or not. Like I have to ask myself, my daily activities, does this serve me and the mental space and clarity and joy that I want to get? And again, we're going back to that original quote from Marie Kondo. She said, the objective of cleaning is not just to clean, but to feel happiness living within an environment. I want to experience happiness living within my environment, which is my mind, right? My mind dictates how I think and see my body, how I feel about my body, how I feel about the world around me, how I feel about my potential. So analyzing not just how your thoughts, but what do you do on a daily basis and what can you let go of on some days? Okay, so that brings us to number 3, systemize and organize. So my good friend, Kate Davis, she has taught me that in the organizing process, you should always, like, everything has a place. Just like Dave Ramsey says, every penny has a spot. Every penny gets accounted for, right? So in the same way, everything in your house has a spot. Like the kids' toys go there, the shoes go in this. Like there's a system to it. In the same way, you have a system to your thoughts. There's a system to what you're doing with how you think about life. So systematically, are you thinking about, oh, I sometimes should do gratitude? Or do you systematically set yourself up for success and do gratitude? So my kids walk in, my 1 and 4-year-old, they walk in the door, and you could probably see down the hallway there. There's 3 little bins. They know the system is that they take the shoes off and they put the shoe in their appropriate bin. So I had to train them. I've created the system, and now they know every day we walk in, we put the shoes off. The shoes don't come upstairs. There's a system, so it just becomes automated default behavior. So that would lead me to ask you, do you have a system for all the things you want to be doing, the things you say, oh, I know about gratitude? Have you systemized it in your life? Are you doing it? Like, is the system, are you waking up and saying, before I pick up my phone, I'm writing down 10 things I'm grateful for. I'm actually gratitude journaling. Are you talking about and thinking about all the changes you want to make, and you sometimes do them, or have you created systems in the same way you would create systems for clutter or organizing shoes with your kids and your family? So I want to encourage you to look at your life and say, how can I systemize some of these really good high level thinking, decluttering behaviors that I know I can do? So for me, some of my systemized, organized thoughts are gratitude journaling, doing my Bible study in the morning, and yours, I systemize it. I literally set my Apple Watch to 8 minutes, and I sometimes go longer, but that way it's like, I'm like, 10 minutes sounds like a lot sometimes, but for me, systematically, I've learned, wow, if I commit to 8 minutes, I do it. So my system in the morning is I do my 5 minutes of stretching, I do a minute or 2 of abs, I do my gratitude, my Bible, all of this before I even pick up my phone. You guys, the system goes like whack if I pick up my phone first, if I start scrolling. I've learned that about myself. You might be different, but setting up trigger points to go, when I do these, and I'll have coffee while I do it. Afterwards, after done that, then the email comes. So all these other people's, like the email and the social media and all these other things, you guys, that is letting other people control and dictate your life, versus you saying, I'm going to take ownership of the space in my brain. Because again, going back to our quote, the objective of cleaning is not just to clean, but to feel happiness living within that environment. I want you to feel happiness living within your environment the whole day. So then we can talk about morning systems and evening systems. And if this is exciting for you, this is a lot of what I coach on in the College of Confidence. One system I'm going to share with you from the College of Confidence is the system of simplification. Okay, so you can think, okay, this is all great, Trish, but like, I don't have time. The fact that you're saying you don't have time is an excuse you've allowed yourself to think. So I want you to go back. That would be analyzing that concept, and we're going to reduce it and kick it to the curb. You are putting that out on the curb today, because like I said, sometimes you just have to trick yourself to say, hey, 4 minutes, 8 minutes of this is all I'm committing. So my College of Confidence, in there, we say, listen, your commitment to yourself is twice a week for 20 minutes. That's it. You can make really deep, sustainable growth, y'all, with 20 minutes at a time. Sometimes we think, well, I need an hour. Like, I really want to take notes. And we have all these great ideas, and we never actually follow through on them. I want you to take your calendar out. If you're really serious about organizing your thoughts, if you want to, as Marie Kondo says, feel happiness living within the environment that you have, I really want to tell you, I think the key and the secret to success, the key and secret to confidence and true joy is not having a cluttered mind. I think a cluttered mind and disorganized thinking leads to anxiety, overwhelm, depression, insecurity, these invisible prisons and barriers that we build up around ourselves. And so I really want, it may sound tedious, but well, I don't know, is this going to work? Yes, it will work. So I want you to start and just say, my new system is I'm going to look at my calendar and I'm going to set aside 20 minutes. So and you would write in a date to yourself for 20 minutes on Tuesday and Thursday at night. I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'm going to turn off Wi-Fi and I'm just going to let myself have 20 minutes. We're not judging what we do in those 20 minutes. Like Marie Kondo is like when she walks people through cleaning and tidying their house, there's no judgment on like how much you get done. It's just commit that time. So that time, that 20 minutes might look like watching this video. Maybe you're rewatching this video and you're taking notes. Maybe you're joining the College of Confidence and you start working through one of our courses. Maybe you listen to a podcast and you had some questions and you wanted to journal through those. 20 minutes, maybe you just spend that 20 minutes journaling a prayer to God. Or writing an email. I have email accounts that I've set up for my children, and I try to write them each an email on the 15th of the month. And that way, so my 1-year-old and 4-year-old. So I've been doing this for 2 years now. I miss months, that's okay. But by the time they're 18, they're going to have an email every month for me that's journaling their legacy of them growing up. So it could be even something like that. And that, as a parent, gives me parenting self-growth, right? So it's for them, but it's also this process for me to really focus on the joys of parenting. So there's no right or wrong way to spend your organized time, but create space for you to have that time. And that was our fourth little assignment. I just lost my thing. Enjoy. Okay, so 4 steps. You got to reduce, then you're going to analyze, then you're going to organize and systemize. And right, organizing, systemizing can be as simple as what I shared with you about my morning routine. It could be as simple as saying, all right, 20 minutes, Tuesday, Thursday night, that's my time. And then asking yourself, anytime I have a negative thought, anytime I feel that overwhelm, that pit in my stomach, or that comparison, my system is gratitude on the go. Like I use gratitude to break me out of any funk. My other system and gratitude on the go, if you aren't familiar with it, is a coaching technique that I use. I just like, let's say I'm driving and I'm like, I don't know, I'm flooded with like insecurity or comparison, or I see somebody drive by in their Tesla and I like feel bad about my car, I go, okay, Trish, you're in a back. I can feel that shift. Like I can feel when my space goes from clean and beautiful and it should be like, I don't know, like, I should be having tea with like Joanna Gaines, and then I see it become like a hoarder space with like just gunk and like gross. It goes and I go, okay, I need to just think of the first 5 things. I put my hand in a fist and I think the first 5 things come to my mind. I'm going to just put them out, right? That's gratitude on the go. So I might be like, okay, hey, I'm thankful I have a green light right now. I'm thankful for the song that's on the radio right now. I'm thankful that I live in a safe and beautiful area. Like really, I'm thankful for the color green on the trees. Whatever the first 5 things that come, they don't have to be deep. They can be superficial, but it's crazy what getting yourself to get to this point can do to shift your spirit. The other strategy I use when I am feeling overwhelmed or I'm feeling that clutter come into my mind is I turn on worship music. I put my phone on. I have a couple. I listen to elevation worship, Hillsong worship, Bethel music. And so if you want some really great resources, I've got a blog on my website for that. That's my top 30 go-to songs and like why they speak to me. But yeah, like talk about magic restart button. That does it for me. So you go to trishblackwell.com. I'll actually post that blog post in the comments on my Facebook page. I'm doing this Facebook Live and Instagram Live at the same time. So you check it out on my Facebook page. But just you can get it right to my blog for like, okay, what are these like turn my whole mind around. These take my mind from being like a hoarder's place into like I'm running through the fields of Austria, Sound of Music, twirling and totally free and a beautiful experience. And again, it goes back to why are we working hard to clear our brain? Why are we focusing on what's true and managing our thoughts? We do it because, as Kondo said, the objective of cleaning is not just to clean, but to feel happiness living within that environment. My goal for you as your confidence coach is to help you feel happiness living in the environment of where you are now. You do not have to be where you want to be, but I want you to recognize that you're not where you used to be. Today, you are where you were supposed to be, and that's enough. And then finally, so we're going to reduce, we're going to analyze, we're going to organize and systemize, and then we're going to enjoy the space. Enjoy the space. Enjoy the space. Enjoy making space for yourself. Enjoy saying, I have the right to say no. I can cut back on what I've committed to. Enjoy the space. Enjoy. Sometimes when I journal and sometimes when I'm working through this, I'm like, is it too good to be true that I can just do some like adult coloring? Like, is that okay? Like, it's too good to be true that I can just read and I'm not supposed to be doing it. I don't have to feel guilt for doing anything else. Yeah. Enjoy the space. Think about the most beautiful space where you just want to sit. I think about a beautiful wine where I'm like, I just want to spend time here and like my soul feels restored. You guys, that's what we get to do in our mind. And that's how it feels when you're living a joyful, free, abundant life. And it starts right here. It starts right here. So I want to encourage you, please share this video if you haven't yet with somebody else that here's who you share it with, or tag them. Anyone that you know that feels stressed or overwhelmed, or they're beating themselves all the time because they feel like, I just can never get it right. Just can't do enough. And I think the secret is we just have too much going on. We need to Marie Kondo this brain, get yourself some space, and then I think go run through the fields like the sound of music and feel as alive as you deserve to. Now, you want to take this next level, pop some earphones in. I did a full coaching on this beyond just this with like today I'm just winging, right? Here's my total notes. But when I do my podcast, I actually have a full notes and structured coaching. So check that out this week. Actually, we just posted it. It's anywhere you listen to podcasts. By the way, you don't need a fancy phone to listen to podcasts. You can listen directly from my website. Thank you, dear cousin Kristen, for going, how did I not know? I don't need a fancy phone. So you can go to trishbuckle.com/316. So this week's podcast on the Confidence Podcast is how to declutter your mind and detox overwhelm. I mean, tell me that's not right. Isn't that not what, I mean, I'm telling you, this podcast is this coaching that we do on the podcast today, off the charts. So please go check it out at trishbuckle.com/316. It's the Confidence Podcast. We are specifically talking about how to declutter your mind and detox overwhelm. It's good. It's good. I can't wait for you to listen. I want to hear what you think of it. So if you're enjoying this and you go listen, come back and let me know what the biggest takeaway was. What are you going to get rid of in your mind to create more space? What are you going to do? What change are you going to do? Change doesn't happen unless we change something. And I want to tell you, you can change something. And we're talking microscopic changes. Sometimes just saying, I'm going to do a 4-minute commitment to myself to do a gratitude journal. That could change. That could be the start of major, major change in your life. And if you're really ready to go deep, I want to personally invite you to College Confidence on it. Tomorrow, we're dropping a brand new course in the college. It is called Identifying and Modifying Self-Sabotaging Behavior. Because what is the result of clutter and overwhelm? Self-sabotage. So we're going to work, we spend a whole month helping you unweave all of that gunk from your life so that life is easier, simpler, and happier. So that is, if that floats your boat, come collegeofconfidence.com. Membership start as low as $20. It's like 60 cents a day. I think you're worth that. So collegeofconfidence.com. I can't wait to see you there. But more importantly, I want to hang out with you today in that clean brain space you're building and cleaning up. And please just love yourself today enough to say, I can chill. I can chill. I can enjoy the space I'm in. Hey guys, I love you. Thank you for hanging. Please share, please tag, and come back and let me know what resonated the most with you after you listen to the podcast. I can't wait to see you in College Confidence.